How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and my apologies for not really doing too much in the last week or so. I've just been kind of busy keeping up with my Stuck Skateboarding channel that I hope all of you guys have at least gone over and checked out. And if you like seeing more of me, please do go subscribe to the Stuck Skateboarding channel, the blue one, not the red. It's just been something I've been more passionate about lately, that being getting out there in the real world and actually doing some physical activities, aka skateboarding. I recently just got a new member on Stuck Skateboarding, the team that is, and that is Drew Fobiter. You might know him from previous projects with me with Disciples of Doden, or you might know him from Roth, both mostly black metal projects. Roth now going more towards a kind of like noisy grindcore direction, but alas, I digress. Today we are going to be doing some more Redbubble product reviews, this being more of my own products, of course, because I like to get them before I see what you guys get, because that way I can better quality control it. And yeah, so the first thing I got was the Lonely Cadaver Dead Punk design based on the stencil I did a while ago. So that is this, the white and blue Dead Punk LXCX Lonely Cadaver stencil, and it looks really, really good. The white ink, or whatever it is they use on this, pops well and goes really well with the kind of dark Cadaver or navy blue, whatever you want to call it. And then in there you got the LXCX logo with some slight light blue outline. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera here, but it does have it in there. And then my Dead Punk slogan at the bottom there, that being the Punk Dead and Drunk kind of reference, or the Stud My Corpse song reference when he's talking about being a dead punk. So yeah, that turned out really well. The blue and white pops really nice on this black shirt. It looks like a solid printing, pressing, whatever. I've worn it a couple times, so it's going to be a little dusty, but yeah, holds up really well. Feels nice and solid, not like a super thick press of ink or whatever it is they use. I'm actually not sure if it's even ink, but it seems like it, and it's once again really good. This held up really well. I'm impressed with this pressing of the Lonely Cadaver Dead Punk shirt, so I recommend you picking one up if you're looking for any Lonely Cadaver merch. Also, I just want to mention that I did recently put up the Punk Dead and Drunk album art stuff on the Slamwhorella Redbubble shop. Of course, I just used the Slamwhorella as a blanket cover for all of my works there, for all of the other bands and stuff that I worked on. You can also find the United Rebel Alliance designs at the very bottom. If you scroll through, you pick an image and then you just select what you want the image on: mugs, shirts, etc. There's a lot of things to choose from. So yeah, definitely give that one a 10 out of 10. This turned out really well. I'm really happy with how that one turned out. So with that being said, let's move on to something that's a little less good, and I'll describe, or I'll explain why. So let's see here. Which one is the not so good one? All right, we'll start off with the not so good one first, and I'll explain why I had to put in a complaint. So this is the Slamwhorella EP Mauled to the Marrow artwork shirt. It at first glance might not look too bad. It's still an alright pressing, I guess, but if you bring this up close, you can kind of see there's some white outlines around the Slamwhorella logo, and you can kind of tell that the Slamwhorella logo is a little blurry, and the edging from the 3D effects on the logo isn't popping out the way it should be. And then the artwork isn't terrible. Like, it's still like a good 7 out of 10. It's just slightly blurrier than the image, or it's supposed to be. And then here's where the bigger problem is. You can really see that there's some kind of weird outlining thing going on there. There's some white outlining around the Mauled to the Marrow logo. And when I hold it up to myself, it kind of looked like the artwork kind of bent in a slight way, but it's supposed to be a straight line across. So I brought that up to them, and they said that if I got another pressing of this, it would just look the same. So that they're just like, here's your money back. sorry about the problem. So I'm thinking, okay, well, how can I fix that? And that's where the big kind of exclamation or asterisk point comes in with Redbubble. And if you work with Redbubble as an artist and you want your stuff up there, this is one big thing that I want to stress to you. If your image quality is not 110% amazing and perfect, and if there's any sort of like blurriness or digitalization or pixelization that you don't want in there, it's going to be twice as bad on the print. So if you want your artwork to look good and you want your customers to have a good product on there, you got to make sure that the image that you're putting onto your prints or having available for your prints is pristine. It's got to be super crisp, super clear, and not stretched or distorted at all, so you can meet that like 2000 by 5000 pixel limit. Because if you stretch it and it doesn't, you know, format properly or whatever the thing is, it's going to be blurry, the color's going to be faded, there's going to be some outlines and stuff. It's just not going to be the best print possible. So with that being said, I went back into my gallery and took out that image and replaced the image with a better quality version that wasn't blown up and stretched. I didn't think it would have that big of an effect. Apparently it does. So luckily I caught it before anyone actually purchased one themselves. And then I got this. Now, the difference with this one is it does have that kind of big black square effect. It's not too bad on these. It shows up a little bit more when you got direct lights on it. But as you can see, the logo here pops way better. You can see the gradient and the 3D effect. There's none of that white outline bullshit around the letters. The line from this side to this side on the red is straight. It doesn't curve. And then the image is crisper, clearer. The colors turn out a lot better. And then the bottom here, you can see that the white outline problem isn't appearing on here. Just an overall better print, even though once again there is this like whole big black square, but it honestly, like the texture, you can barely tell where this ends and the actual fabric of the shirt ends. So I will be giving this one a 10 out of 10. The other Slamwhorella one, not so much. Maybe a 7 or a 6.5 out of 10 for the print quality. It's a little bit their fault because they didn't obviously do the greatest quality control, and that's a little bit my fault because I didn't really do the best quality control either. But now seeing it in person, I'm like, nope, that will not do. Not good enough for my fans or friends or supporters of Slamwhorella or this channel. I put in a better image, so now that's up there if you do want to order the Mold to the Marrow Slamwhorella EP art. So yeah, I'm definitely more impressed with that. A lot crisper, a lot cleaner, a lot better colors and stuff. So yeah, it's better now. I'm more impressed with it, and I'll be continuing to, when I have the money, to order sample copies of everything I have in my shop, just so that I know that you guys are getting the best stuff. Anywho, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Redbubble merch from my Slamwhorella shop. Let me know if you guys have checked out the shop yet. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in the shop from any of my projects. Let me know if you're thinking of ordering anytime soon. I noticed that every now and then that Redbubble does the 20% off or sometimes even 30% off thing, where you can go to the shop, type in a code, and it'll give you 20 or 30% off your purchases. If I notice those are up, I will try to put them in my community section for my channel so that you guys can get discounts on all stuff related to the United Rebel Alliance, Slamwhorella, and otherwise. So yes, cheers guys, thanks for watching. Please check out the shop. Description will be filled with links as always. And that's it for me. For glory, for the Rebel Alliance, Slamwhorella out.